Nothing worth doing happens overnight, except a few things. Metabolism is going to increase. Heart rate is going to go up. Everything is going to be engaged. Welcome back, guys. It's a beautiful day outside. Today's sequence is abdominals. Abdominal exercises that I use at my age of 53 that combine upper body strength with abdominal strength. So if you're looking to shred your abdominals and your entire upper body at the same time, I've got 4 phenomenal exercises just for you. Now, most people, when they work abdominals, they think of what? The crunch. Now, the crunch is a phenomenal exercise. Floor-based exercises are great exercises for isolating the abdominals. If I'm on the floor and I'm crunching, it's a great way to fine-tune my abdominals. And I do these exercises on the side. Those are accessory exercises. The ones that give you the most bang for your buck are the ones that combine multi-muscle movements all into one. So if you're looking for the most bang for your buck, these are the type of exercises that I've done over the last 4 decades to fine-tune my abdominals and fine-tune my entire physique. All you're gonna need for today's quick workout is one weight implement. Any type of weight. I don't care what it is, what shape it is. Typically, the things that are more difficult to hold are gonna be the most difficult. I'm using an iron barbell weight plate that has 3 different grips, so I can choose whatever grip I want. They are challenging grips, so if you do use something that you have to really work hard to grip, make sure your grip is solid and that you don't drop it on your feet or anywhere else on your body. Remember, the more difficult the grip, the greater contraction. I've got more contraction at my wrist and my hand, and that's gonna make for a greater contraction systemically across your entire body. Now, I have done this before with some success. I've got my microphone attached to my beard. This is my weight plate. Like I said, it's got 3 different grips. I've got a grip just on the side, so I am slightly below the midpoint of this plate. The first exercise I call the ribbon halo. And it's called the ribbon halo because you actually trace the shape of a ribbon. Start with your weight plate on the opposite hip, just on the outside. So if you take a look here, just on the outside part of the hip, I want to take it across my body here slowly, abdominals tight, shoulders tight. It goes up over my shoulder, around my head. This is the top of the ribbon, and then crosses back on the other side. So if you look at it from the front, I come first onto one side, across my body, all the way around, keeping my abdominals extra, extra tight, and I finish almost by turning the steering wheel to the opposite side, keeping my hips square. All the way back to the other side, relatively straight arms, slightly bent elbows, mainly from the waist, the shoulders, the biceps, the lats, and the chest. You want to take anywhere between 10 and 20 of these. So 10 and 20 ribbon halos. The key with the ribbon halo is bracing the abdominals before you actually start the movement. If you have the abdominals braced, you have the shoulders braced, the lats braced, and the chest braced, you're gonna get a much better contraction, and there's less chance for injury and more chance for contraction. Second exercise is a variation of the ribbon halo. It's a portion of it. You'll take your plate off to one side, and we're gonna go with a low to high chop. So I've got my knees slightly bent for this one so that when I reach around, my knees extend up and then I come back to position. So this is what's happening at the waist and below. So if you take a look at my feet, I've got weight plate off to the side, almost like I'm golfing. Rotate the hips all the way up to the other side, and then back down. Now the upper body portion, weight comes off to one side to my left hip here, and I'm gonna rotate all the way around, all the way up to my right side. Slow motion, so that I really can engage all of the muscles involved in the exercise. And there are a lot, and my heart rate is getting nice and high. So one of the things that you get with compound abdominal exercises or compound core exercises is metabolic response. My metabolism is responding. My heart rate is responding. Your circulatory system, your heart rate's gonna go up. Metabolism's going to improve. You're gonna burn calories at the same time. So like I said earlier, it's a lot of bang for your buck. I want you to try to get 10 reps of what I just showed you. And then, of course, you have to do the other side. It's the same exact concept. One side may feel a little bit awkward compared to the other side. It all depends on which arm you are dominant with. If you're right arm dominant, left arm dominant. So we're gonna come off to the side, flex, rotate up. Off to this side and flex, rotate up. The key here is slow, steady movements and understanding the contractions that you have to make for the entire exercise. So it's not just everything that you see in the front. It's also what you can't see. Whew, brutal. So you've got your ribbon halo, you have your low to high chop. Now we're gonna go with a straight plate raise. The straight plate raise is extremely difficult. You wanna perform it as slowly as possible. As you get the weight out in front of you, there's a tremendous amount of abdominal strain, so you have to brace tight and hard at the waist. You're gonna have your plate or whatever implement you're using right in front of you at your waist. You're gonna raise slowly, straight out in front, arms are relatively straight, abs tight, all the way up until you're completely overhead. And then you're gonna take it down as slowly as you took it up, if not slower. Right back down to the bottom, everything's flexed, straight out in front, up overhead. When I'm using a weight plate like this, I'm pretending that I'm trying to tear it apart, left and right. So pulling it apart rather than squeezing it center. You can do either, but I like to pull it apart, especially as I get up towards this point. So you can see I'm only at number 3 at this pace. So when you're doing this particular exercise, I want you to try to get about 5 repetitions. It should take a while. If we go back and look at how many seconds that actually took to do those 3 raises, I guarantee you it was probably somewhere close to a minute. And finally, compound abdominal exercise number 4, the plate snatch. This one is the most cardiovascular out of the entire series. This is the one that's gonna get your heart rate vamped up the most. I like to do it last when I'm fatigued because I feel I get a lot more out of it. I like to do things when I'm pre-exhausted, pre-fatigued, because it allows my body to vamp up even more. This is the adapt and overcome version. You have to either adapt to it, overcome it, or you don't do it at all. For me, it's a lot harder, and plain and simple, I like difficult things. To get set up for the plate snatch, we've got our feet about shoulder width apart. I've got my plate right in front of me. When I take my plate down to the floor, I angle it like this, and I angle it down, tap on the floor, it comes up slowly, bounces off my stomach, and I come up and I snatch and catch it up here. I retrace the same exact steps all the way down to the floor and back up. This is what it looks like in real time. Tap to the floor, snatch. Keep the abdominals braced the entire time. And remember, the hips drive the snatch. So my hips are helping me get acceleration into the plate. Speed and power into the plate. Okay, so if you got that right, you should be huffing and puffing. Typically, at the end of my compound abdominal workouts, I like to do anywhere between 10 and 20 of the plate snatch. So you've got all of those 4 exercises. You want to rest 2 to 3 minutes in between each, or until you're recovered enough to be able to complete the next circuit. I like to do, at least for me, my sweet spot is between 3 and 5 dedicated rounds of everything that I just showed you. Again, this type of work builds up over time. This is not something that you're gonna get abdominals like this overnight. It's like the growth rings on a tree. It takes a long time, but every year you grow 1 more ring. Don't be impatient. Don't go to things that are gonna give you short-term results. Go to things that are gonna help keep you in the game for the long run, just like me. At 53, if I made poor decisions when I was younger, I wouldn't be where I am today, and I wouldn't be able to continue exercising the way that I do today with the same type of intensity had I taken any types of shortcuts in the past or currently. Shortcuts are exactly what they are. They work short term, they don't work for the duration. If you want to continue to make gains, hang in there with me. Subscribe, like, and I will see you all the next time.